Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a really crucial question for anyone in the tech world. How exactly is the role of the product manager evolving?
Mm.
Especially, within those fast-paced, agile IT environments.
It's a fascinating shift, definitely. And to help us unpack it all, we're drawing on the insights of Balaji.T. He's got, what, over 2 decades in IT?
Yeah, over 20 years and
Yeah.
18 of those deep into agile engagement. So he brings a really unique perspective.
Right. And he's currently leading this interesting convergence of agile, DevOps, and enterprise AI centers of excellence.
Mm,
Puts him right at the forefront.
absolutely. He's not just watching, he's actively involved with things like data science, AI, even generative, and get this, agentic AI.
Agentic AI, so AI that can act autonomously.
Exactly. AI systems that can take actions on their own to achieve goals. Plus, he's an executive coach, a C-suite advisor. So he sees it all from that strategic level, too.
Okay, so quite the expert.
Definitely. So our mission today, really, is to pull out the key trends, the skills you actually need, and a practical career roadmap for aspiring PMs, current PMs in IT, all through Blodge's lens.
Sounds good. And just so we're all on the same page, PM means product manager here, right? Not project manager.
Yes, good clarification. Product manager. So where do we start? What are the biggest trends Balaji is seeing?
Okay, so the first big one he flags is continuous discovery and delivery.
Right, we hear those terms a lot. What's the core idea there from his perspective?
Well, the key shift is towards this constant engagement with users, getting that real-time feedback and letting it directly shape the product as you build and iterate.
So less of the old build it for 6 months in a dark room model.
Exactly. It's more like an ongoing conversation. Small, rapid deployments based on what you're learning literally right now from users.
Almost like co-creating with them,
Yep.
which keeps the product, I guess, much more aligned with what people actually need or want.
Precisely. That responsiveness is critical now. And that leads nicely into the second trend, data-driven decision-making.
Okay, makes sense. If you're getting constant feedback, you need data to understand it properly.
Right. It's about PMs increasingly relying on actual evidence, not just, intuition or guesswork.
So diving into the numbers,
Mm.
like A/B testing different features.
Yeah, A/B tests, really looking at user behavior analytics.
Uh-huh.
How are people actually using the thing? Maybe even predictive analytics to see what's coming next.
So a modern PM needs to be pretty comfortable with data, not just looking at it, but pulling out insights.
Absolutely. Balaji really stresses moving beyond surface metrics. He mentioned an example where a team boosted conversions quite a bit
Yeah.
by not just seeing how many clicked, but figuring out which specific users dropped off right after clicking, and then tailoring the experience for them, that level of analysis.
Wow, okay. That's quite granular. Very insightful.
And that connects to the third trend, the integration of AI and machine learning. This is becoming huge.
Right, AI is everywhere now. How does that change the PM role? It's not like PMs need to be AI researchers, do they?
No, definitely not. But Balaji's point is that PMs need a working understanding. They need to grasp concepts like, say, API integrations.
How systems talk to each other.
Yeah, and basic model evaluation metrics like, is this AI actually performing well? Accuracy, precision, things like that. And data pipelines, how data flows.
So you can have an intelligent conversation with the tech team, understand what's possible, what the trade-offs are.
Exactly. Rather than just saying, make it smarter with AI, you need to guide how AI can genuinely solve a user problem or enhance the product practically.
Got it. So technical literacy, but focused on application and impact. What's next?
The fourth trend is a move towards customer-centric agile frameworks. Think lean, design thinking.
Okay, so taking agile principles, but layering on approaches that are explicitly focused on the customer from the start.
Precisely. Lean is about maximizing value, cutting waste. Design thinking is that human-centered problem-solving approach. It ensures development is really rooted in customer needs.
So it's refining agile, making sure the speed and iteration are pointed in the right direction towards what customers actually value.
You got it. It might mean, for example, user stories are written with deeper empathy, or the definition of done includes direct user validation. It shifts the focus from just shipping features to delivering real outcomes.
Makes sense. Less about output, more about impact.
Exactly. And the final trend Balaji highlights is something we've all experienced: remote and distributed teams.
Ah, yes. The new normal for many. How does that impact product management specifically?
It brings new challenges, definitely.
Hmm.
Managing people across locations, time zones, it demands different skills.
Like being really good at asynchronous communication, keeping everyone aligned without being in the same room.
Totally. Clear communication strategies are vital. Fostering team cohesion is harder, and even tracking progress needs different approaches.
So needing new tools, new processes.
Yeah, leveraging the right collaboration tools, setting clear protocols, it's a whole different way of orchestrating the work.
Okay, that covers the major trends. Let's shift gears to the PM themselves. What kind of mindset does Balaji think is essential today?
Right, the mindset. First and foremost, he emphasizes customer empathy.
Feels like the foundation for everything we just talked about, really.
It truly is. If you don't deeply understand the user's perspective, their pain points, well, none of the other stuff really lands properly. It's about walking in their shoes.
Couldn't agree more. What else?
Second is adaptability and flexibility, which in Agile feels like table stakes, right?
Absolutely. Things change so fast. You need to be comfortable with ambiguity, ready to pivot based on feedback or new data.
Exactly. No room for being rigid. You learn, you adjust. That's the game. Third is strategic vision.
Okay, so balancing the day-to-day sprints with the bigger picture.
Precisely. You're in the weeds with the team, but you also need to keep an eye on the long-term goals, how the product fits into the overall business strategy.
So making sure each feature actually contributes to that larger vision, not just ticking boxes on a backlog.
You nailed it, seeing the forest and the trees.
Hmm.
Then fourth is collaboration and leadership.
Because PMs don't build things alone. They work with engineering, design, marketing, sales.
Everyone. So they need to be great collaborators, build bridges, and they need to lead, guide that cross-functional team towards the shared product vision, even without direct authority sometimes.
Kind of like an orchestra conductor, bringing all the different parts together.
That's a great analogy, articulating the vision, getting buy-in. And finally, the fifth mindset piece is problem-solving and innovation.
Always looking for better ways, tackling the inevitable challenges.
Yeah. Not just maintaining things, but actively seeking creative solutions, pushing the product forward, finding innovative ways to meet user needs.
Okay, so that's the mindset. What about the hard skill set? What specific skills does Balaji call out?
First up is technical understanding, and again, he's clear, not coding.
Right, but understanding the technology enough to...
To have meaningful discussions with engineers. Understand feasibility, technical debt, architectural choices, how those things impact the product. You need to speak enough of their language.
Makes sense. Second skill?
Proficiency in Agile methodologies. Scrum, Kanban, Lean. You need to be fluent.
Understand the ceremonies, the artifacts, the principles, how the work actually gets done day to day.
Exactly. It's the operating system for most teams. Third, data analysis. We talked about the trend, now this skill.
Being able to work with the data yourself, or at least know what to ask for.
Both, ideally. Familiarity with tools like Google Analytics, maybe some SQL. Enough to interpret data, spot trends, and use those insights to justify decisions or shape the roadmap. Asking the right questions of the data is key.
Gotcha. What else?
Fourth, and this is huge, communication skills. Written and verbal.
Because PMs are always communicating, right?
Yeah.
To execs, to engineers, to users, to marketing.
Constantly. Presenting ideas, writing specs, giving feedback, negotiating priorities. You have to be clear, concise, and adapt your message for the audience. It's core to the role.
Absolutely. And the last skill.
A solid grasp of project management principles.
Wait, I thought we said product, not project.
We did. But Balaji's point is that even in product management, especially within Agile, you still need skills for tracking progress, managing timelines, handling dependencies, ensuring delivery. Those project management fundamentals are still relevant.
Okay, so keeping things organized and on track, even if the overall focus is the product.
Exactly. Now let's talk career path. How do you actually become a PM in IT? What's the roadmap Balaji suggests, starting with the initial steps?
Yeah, how do people typically break in? Is it all about specific degrees?
Well, degrees in business, engineering, computer science are common, sure. But he stresses that PMs come from really diverse backgrounds. It's not a strict requirement.
That's encouraging.
Yeah. What can help is getting relevant certifications, things like CSPO, PSPO, the SAFe POPM one, maybe PMI, PBA for business analysis skills. They show commitment and give you foundational knowledge.
And building those core skills we mentioned, Agile, UX basics, data analysis.
Crucial. You need to proactively develop those. He gives an example, a software engineer at IBM.
What did they do?
Got their CSPO certification, then started volunteering for small product-related tasks within their engineering team, a way to dip their toes in and show initiative.
Ah, smart. Building experience even before the title change.
Yeah.
So what's the next stage? Gaining experience.
Right. Balaji suggests looking at related roles first. Business analyst, maybe project manager, even staying in software engineering for a while. These roles give you valuable exposure.
Learning the ropes, seeing how products get built.
Exactly. And he also talks about building your product sense.
Product sense, what does that mean exactly?
Kind of like intuition, but developed. Working on side projects, maybe contributing to open source, critically analyzing the products you use every day, thinking about why they work or don't.
Okay, and mentorship.
Hugely important. Find experienced PMs, learn from them. He mentioned a BA at Oracle who shadowed a product manager.
Just watch them work. Helped out.
Yeah, offered assistance, learned the day-to-day realities firsthand. That kind of proactive learning is invaluable.
Definitely sounds like it. So you've got some foundational skills, maybe some related experience. How do you make the actual transition to product management?
Internal moves are often the smoothest path, Balaji notes. Your company knows you.
So express interest, talk to your manager, maybe find small product tasks or projects within your current role.
Exactly. Leverage that internal network. And speaking of networks, networking externally is also key.
Attending conferences, meetups, online communities.
Yes, building relationships with people in the field. It opens doors. He shared an example of a marketing manager at Adobe.
How do they make the switch?
They did a great job leading the launch marketing for a new feature, working closely with the product team. That success built a strong case for them to move into a PM role formally.
Ah, demonstrating relevant skills even from a different function. Nice. Okay, so you've landed the PM job. How do you keep advancing your career?
Continuous learning is non-negotiable, according to Balaji. Stay updated on trends, tech, best practices. The field moves too fast to stand still.
Makes sense. And then taking on more responsibility.
Yeah, leading bigger, more complex, more strategic products, eventually leading product teams. And documenting your wins.
Building a portfolio, showing your impact.
Exactly. Quantify your achievements. It helps for promotions or future job searches. He used an example of a mid-level PM at LinkedIn.
What did they do?
Took charge of a strategically vital new product line, handled the complexity, delivered results, and that led to a promotion, proving you can handle more scope.
Okay. And looking really long-term. What's the long-term vision potentially look like?
Balaji suggests considering specialization. As you gain experience, maybe you focus on AI products or SaaS or fintech or e-commerce.
Becoming a deep expert in a specific domain.
Right. That increases your value. And ultimately, the path can lead to executive roles, chief product officer, VP of product, shaping the entire product strategy for an organization.
Like the example he gave of a PM at Shopify, potentially becoming CPO.
Exactly. Guiding the whole product direction. And, for anyone listening who's really serious about this path in IT product management,
Yes.
Balaji is actually offering a 1-hour free discovery and career strategy call for personalized mentorship.
Oh, wow. That's generous. How can people take him up on that?
You can reach out to him directly on WhatsApp. The number is +91 960 00 74231.
Okay, we'll make sure that's clear for everyone. +91 96 000 74231.
That's it. And if you're looking for more ongoing support, he also has his Agile Mentorship Program, AMP. Apparently over 500 mentees in that community already.
Impressive. Okay, so lots of options there for people serious about growth.
Definitely. So just to quickly recap what we've dug into today, we looked at those key evolving trends in IT product management and Agile.
Right, that continuous discovery and delivery cycle, the huge role of data, AI, and ML integration.
The move to customer-centric frameworks like lean and design thinking, and dealing with remote teams.
Then we unpacked the crucial mindset needed: that empathy, adaptability, strategic view, collaboration, innovation.
And the essential skill set, technical understanding, but not coding. Agile fluency, data analysis chops, great communication, and those project management fundamentals.
And finally, we mapped out that career journey based on Balaji's insights, starting out, gaining experience, making the transition, advancing, and that long-term vision, plus his offer for mentorship.
Yeah, a pretty comprehensive look, drawing on deep experience.
Absolutely. So as you reflect on all this, here's maybe a final thought for you to chew on. Given how fast AI is weaving itself into everything in IT and this relentless focus on the customer, what fundamental shifts do you think we'll see in the day-to-day work, the strategic focus of product managers in the next few years?
It's a fascinating question. The role is definitely not static.
Not at all. It keeps evolving. Thanks for diving deep with us today.